Hello everyone.
Wow.
Huge flying shadows, mystical spirals in the clouds, and even mysterious shapes of light. These are the strange phenomena people are spotting worldwide. We've gathered the most incredible footage and are ready to reveal all the secrets, so let's get it on. You never know what you might encounter on a regular bike ride. Just like this guy riding through Greenwood, Indiana. He was caught off guard by this.
What the is that? Oh my goodness. What the hell?
When he looked up, he saw a strange beam of light in the clouds, almost like a spotlight. There's no solid explanation for the phenomenon, but one thing's for sure, it looks absolutely incredible. Seeing such a sight in the sky, many witnesses were genuinely frightened, and understandably so. This massive roll cloud signals an approaching thunderstorm. Clouds take on all sorts of shapes.
Wow. What's really going on?
It's hard to argue with the cameraman when you see something like this, right? It's both mesmerizing and eerie at the same time. Such large flocks might make superstitious people uneasy, as there are plenty of ominous signs linked to this kind of bird behavior. However, there is a logical scientific reason for it. Researchers believe these movements help birds defend against predators, keep warm, and exchange information about food sources.
Okay, that's getting bigger.
Yeah, what is that, guys?
Go zoom in.
Imagine seeing something like that in the sunset sky. What would be the first thing you'd think of? Probably not a botched attempt at launching the 7th Starship. Those strange yet mesmerizing lights are nothing more than debris from a spacecraft that crashed onto several islands in the Atlantic Ocean. As the Falcon 9 rocket carrier disintegrated in the atmosphere, it left bright streaks behind, looking like a meteor shower.
Mom! Dad!
Wow!
Oh my god!
Oh my lord! Holy it's a giant shooting star.
I can't get out! What the heck?
Wow!
Witnesses started running in panic, unsure whether to marvel at the beauty or to escape like in a disaster film. When 7,000 fireworks go off at once, you can't help but feel overwhelmed. By the way, this is how Independence Day was celebrated in San Diego, California back in 2012.
This is insane!
This is the best fireworks show ever!
These stunning images, captured from space by the Suomi satellite, show more than just clouds. They reveal a true natural disaster. Only from orbit could the full power of Cyclone Freddy be seen. Between February and March 2023, it swept across the southern Indian Ocean, bringing devastation to Mauritius, Reunion, Madagascar, Mozambique, Malawi, Zimbabwe, and South Africa. This plush astronaut isn't just a symbol of kindness, it's also a real tech tester for future space research. In 2021, it traveled to space as part of a scientific experiment by the University of Nottingham in Ningbo, China. The little teddy was equipped with sensors to study microgravity and the effects of space conditions on different materials. Have you ever seen a hole appear in the sky, as if someone punched right through it? Believe it or not, this phenomenon is actually called a hole punch cloud. It occurs when a sudden temperature change causes the clouds to split apart, leaving a visible gap. Not only is it stunning, but it's also an incredibly rare sight. Back in the past century, people thought they were the ghosts of sunken ships, drifting along the horizon like invisible shadows, portending disaster. However, what they actually are is a rare optical phenomenon that reflects invisible objects. To truly capture the essence of a thunderstorm, there's no better perspective than from an aircraft. Only at that altitude can you see the full, distinctive structure of storm clouds from every direction. A Boeing plane cuts through the air, and its engines change the temperature and pressure, making water vapor condense. In 2015, a series of images taken in the Chinese city of Foshan sparked a flurry of theories, ranging from a secret NASA project to an optical illusion and even proof of parallel universes. Honestly, it does look pretty incredible, doesn't it? However, meteorologists explain that this is actually a superior mirage known as a Fata Morgana. It's caused by light bending through air layers of varying temperatures, creating the illusion of cities floating in the sky. Cities floating in the clouds. It sounds like the title of a sci-fi novel, doesn't it? Yet, as paradoxical as it may seem, this illusion's actually quite real. When you encounter a Fata Morgana mirage and see reflections of buildings or even entire cities in the sky, it feels like stepping into a fairy tale where the laws of our world no longer apply.
I don't know if it's reflected in this, but it's red now. The yellow sky has turned red.
The orange sky over San Francisco in 2020 looked like the city was trapped in a post-apocalyptic movie. This was due to the wildfires which filled the sky with thick smoke, turning it into an eerie red-orange hue.
dots, you'll see the planet Venus.
Not a sound nowhere. Not a sound nowhere.
There are bugs starting to chirp like in the evenings.
The crickets are out.
Yeah.
This optical illusion is real, and it's called the moon illusion. When the moon is low on the horizon, our brains perceive it as larger than when it's high in the sky. Imagine how lucky you'd be to capture such a moment. Nature can go even further by combining a rainbow with a phenomenon called a scarf cloud, or a pileus. This happens when rapidly rising air in cumulonimbus updrafts forces cooler air above it. Imagine you're climbing up a mountain, and when you look back, you see a giant shadow with a glowing halo around it. It's pretty unsettling, right? But what you're actually seeing is a rare optical phenomenon called the Brocken spectre. It happens when sunlight bends through the fog, creating the illusion of a massive figure. Many people thought it was a ghost or a bad omen, but science has long solved the mystery. One glance at those powerful storm clouds makes you wonder, what could have angered the heavens so much? This mesmerizing sight was witnessed by the people of Laguna, Brazil. Soon after, a fierce storm with heavy rain hit the city, while a tornado tore through a nearby town. It's fascinating to watch a thunderstorm cloud from a distance, especially if you're on a plane. Every time there's a lightning strike, the plane shakes a little, but it's perfectly safe. Even if lightning hits the plane directly, the pilots have everything under control. On the evening of December the 27th, 2018, the sky above New York turned an eerie shade of bluish green. People immediately came up with a variety of theories about what caused the strange phenomenon, but the real explanation was much simpler: a powerful explosion at the Con Edison substation in Astoria, Queens. The glowing light was actually caused by a transformer discharge that ionized gases in the atmosphere. The bright glow and the spreading spiral trail were enough to make even the most skeptical people think about UFO conspiracy theories. It's hard to shake off that thought, especially when you have no idea about the Falcon 9 rocket launch that took place on December the 22nd, 2017.
That's pretty cool.
These two were also lucky enough to witness the grand launch.
It's an airplane! Shh! It's not.
It's as if the world is frozen between two realities, and you're right in the middle of it. Day and night seem to happen at the same time, much like in the polar regions during the summer or winter solstice, when one half of the day remains in darkness while the other is still lit.
German industrial city. The RAF say that bombing rates were suicide.
A disturbing black smoke ring hung over the city,
Had to be done to assure accuracy, to bring them out.
sparking all sorts of theories among the residents of a small town in Virginia. They considered every possibility, except a minor explosion at a transformer station on the edge of town. That, however, turned out to be the real cause.
And she's gone. Goodbye, little smoker.
In reality, what you're seeing is one of the most unusual atmospheric phenomena, a lenticular cloud. These perfectly smooth, almost artificial-looking formations form when air currents flow over elevated terrain, often startling those who see them. A truly powerful and intimidating sight. The enigmatic softness in the sky is mainly created by mammatus clouds, which resemble enormous droplets that seem ready to fall. However, despite their airy nature, one of these round clouds, usually about half a kilometer wide, can weigh as much as 125 tons. When an aircraft is near clouds or water droplets in the air, light can refract through these droplets, creating rings of light or a rainbow halo around the helicopter.
I changed my mind. Hey, wait a minute. Hey.
John Freese has 170 helium balloons, a parachute, and he's reached an altitude of nearly 3,500 meters. He's definitely an expert when it comes to thrilling activities.
Never is inside to keep the whole. Hang on, brother! Woohoo!
You might think that the rays of the sunset or sunrise always meet at the horizon, but that's not always the case. Sometimes they seem to converge in the opposite direction. These are called anti-crepuscular rays, a phenomenon that's not too uncommon, but still fascinating to behold. No, this isn't a scene from a fantasy movie, nor is it a digital edit. This is the morning glory cloud rolling across the horizon like a massive soft wave. These clouds, packed into a single billowing formation, form a storm collar stretching 1 to 2 kilometers high, often hovering just 100 to 200 meters above the ground and moving at speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour. It feels like reality suddenly turned into a cozy video game or a cute animation. This halo is easily explained by science. Just like a rainbow, it's the result of light refracting through ice crystals in high-altitude clouds, creating this colorful spectrum. On the evening of December 9, 2009, a huge spiraling light object was spotted in the sky over Norway. It rotated and gradually grew larger, becoming visible from more cities. Some people jumped to conspiracy theories, while others argued it was the Northern Lights. However, the real explanation turned out to be quite surprising. The spiral was the result of a failed launch of Russia's Bulava missile. The sky is full of mysteries, but the key is knowing how to unravel them. Ever wondered how a horizontal rainbow, especially one on clouds, forms? It's actually a type of halo that only appears when ice crystals in the clouds align horizontally, refracting the light in just the right way. A great way to showcase how time and space interact on a scale most people haven't seen is by using a time-lapse and pointing the camera at the starry sky. Enjoy the view. Thousands of birds, typically starlings, begin to move in perfect synchronization in the sky, forming incredible shapes and patterns.
개쩌네요.
Imagine looking up at the night sky and suddenly a massive blue dragon soars above you. But it's not a mirage. It's a breathtaking drone show in Busan, South Korea. Thousands of glowing drones come together to form the image of this mythical creature flying over the water. It's incredible how modern technology can turn the sky into a canvas for such fantastical stories.
청룡이다 저게. 청룡이 이제 외국 보고.
Northern Lights may seem like just a stunning natural light show, but they reveal hidden secrets of the universe. NASA recently sent a rocket from Alaska to investigate how solar wind particles interact with Earth's atmosphere. This could provide valuable insights into the mysteries of our planet and its relationship with the Sun.